very successful in winning the state championship. So I would like to congratulate the champions of this year's Massachusetts DECA Quiz Bowl. Martin McKeechee, who is from Methuen, I believe?
Yes. From Methuen.
In the marketing program, who resides in Methuen. Congratulations. Penelope Ramos from the city of and Gigi Vasquez. We've had students even get beyond the second round. Not only did they get beyond the second round, but they went all the way and won the championship and beating some really outstanding schools that have won this championship year after year. So they bet some of the best in the state of Massachusetts to be here and represent our school in the national championships that will happen in April 24th, 27th in Anaheim, California. We're excited to have them go represent not only the school but represent the state of Massachusetts in this competition, which we couldn't be more pleased and more proud of their work and their accomplishments. Again, thank you very much. It's really wonderful.
On behalf of the committee, I'd like to thank you for participating and doing so well. But you're not going to get off that easy. I need someone to get up and explain the process a little to us, if you don't mind. Or all three, doesn't matter. I'm not going to let the teacher do it. Just like you do.
Just pretend we're the judges.
That's all. Just give us a few minutes of exactly what you went through. I'd appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Martin McKeechee. I'm one of the competitors. Basically what we do is we answer questions that we've learned throughout the career in our shops for the past 2.5 years, maybe 3. It's basically we answer as much as 50 to 25 questions. It's based on a 5-second thinking process. Basically, the first round, you can't talk to your teammates. You have to think of it right away. And the competitors, if the first team that answered get the question wrong, the second team has a chance to converse with their partners and get them in 5 seconds.
And our career area is marketing. Most of the questions they asked us was like economics and stuff that we learned in Shay's class.
Could you also take a moment, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. Could you take a moment, and I understand your team had a little bit of a twist or an adopted player. Could you explain that a little to us? You know, was it someone from Wilmington, or could you explain how that all went down?
Well, his partner, like did something bad, right? So he came to our team, and we all participated. Like it wasn't only him, but most of the questions that they were asking was like somewhere like Army economics. He answered the deeper questions of economics, and we did like the basics. But yeah, we all like did well.
Good.
Did really good.
We're very proud of you. Very proud of you. And good luck in California.
When are you going?
April 23rd.
Wow. Can you tell us some of the schools, particularly the last 3 or 4 schools you were competing against that you had to go into beyond the regular competition in order to overtime, basically, to try to win the competition? That happened 2 or 3 times in the competition, right?
Yeah. Somerset was one. We had a tie with them at the end.
Manchester, Essex, Algonquin, Pembroke, and Somerset.
Thanks again. Congratulations. That's always a fun part of it. Okay, finance report. Cash balance report, please.
Cash balance report of March 15, 2013. Account balance on March 6, 2013 is $3,782,456. spot 75. We had deposits from March 7th to March 15th, 71,636, spot 59. Last payroll on March 14th, 546,261, spot 47. And lesser warrant number 17 on March 12th, 890,460, spot 64. Leaves us with a book balance on March 15, 2013 of $2,415, 371. I'm sorry, $2,415,371, spot 23, with a bank balance on the same date of $3,664,078.
Ms. Jones took the motion.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, consolidated cash reconciliation report with a handout given. Revolving fund is in your packet. Budget report is in your packet. And Leon, are there transfers?
Yes, there are. The transfers that are being presented tonight, my understanding was discussed at the last meeting, where the superintendent was recommending that some of the departments spend some of their needs for next year within this year's budget to alleviate some issues that we were trying to deal with in balancing the new budget. I don't know if listing was presented at the last meeting, but this is the specific listing and the transfers accordingly to transfer funds into the departments that were needed to accomplish that.
Okay, and that's going to need a vote. Can I have a
Move
motion?
the recommendation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. No more finances? Nothing? Okay. Communications, donations. A spool of wire was donated to metal fabrication by Mr. Donald Johnson of Hudson, New Hampshire. Public participation.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, hi. Okay, your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Tanya Mello. My address is 7 Lavoy Ave, Methuen. And my daughter is a student here. She's a senior, and she was committed of a crime of stealing an iPad. In her class, they use the iPads for working on their studies. And she was supposed to sign in and out on the paper. She never received this paper. And then she was wrongfully accused. So I'm hoping that maybe with new policies into place, maybe we could do something, because she's a SPED student, and her liaison was never, well, it was first a police officer came into the classroom with the security guard and pulled her out. She did not know why. She was nervous, thinking it was something to do with the family, and sat in a room, her and another student, sat in a room for an hour and a half, I believe, or a half an hour, sorry. And she was quite distraught over this, did not want to come to school. So maybe there could be changes that could be taken into place. I would like to see these changes. Maybe we could, her record, I don't want this to be on her record for when she goes to college. I did speak with Jay Santomassino, and the disciplinary department handled it wrongfully, like I said. They just went through her bags, did not call me at home to tell me that all this was going on. And it is in the IEP that the liaison should be there. As my elected officials, could you please change the policies and enforce the IEP? Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good evening, honorable member of the Greater Lawrence Vocational School. I, as an active parent that has been participating in this meeting and the meeting in Lawrence and any other city, I am grateful to see another parent here. But at the same time, I am very saddened, since I know the family, the parent and the child for a long time. It really needs to be in consideration when the children has been accused of wrongdoing. The punishment cannot be done in a vacuum and without attending who is the child. We need to look at the policy. The whole idea of having a school is children willingly come to school. But when the child so upset of being wrongfully accused, crying and the next day not wanting to come to the school, that's not acceptable. This is the best school in this area. It's not struggling like Greater Lawrence Public School. We need to do better. We need to attend the need of the children. Enforce of the disciplinary code in a vacuum, not letting the child contact his or her parent is wrong. We need to change policy, and this change has to be done this election year. Thank you.
Thank you. I would also now ask for the record videographer to give his name and address, please.
Sure, my name is Jay Morel. I live at 168 River Road in Andover, Mass.
Okay, there's also, I'm going to ask you to stay at that end of the table.
Sure.
If you don't, to take your video, please.
Sure.
And if you could please, as much as possible, leave it into the tripod
Sure.
rather than, okay, you can zoom in and out as ever your
No
equipment,
problem.
as ever your equipment, allows you to, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, no more public participation? Okay, report from the superintendent, please.
First thing we have this evening, have been working, give you an update on the MSBA project. I need a vote from the committee to move the project forward in terms of bringing it to the cities and towns with regards to the cost of the project. The committee, now that we have gotten a approximate cost on the project from our designers, the committee needs to vote to move forward on borrowing that full amount, and then we can then process it through both MSBA in order to get MSBA to consider the project, as well as to get the cities and towns to vote on that amount. The committee needs to vote on the amount, and the amount that we're looking approximately is, and it depends on whether MSBA approves a full project or it doesn't, will impact the cost of the project. So if they were to approve the project as we've submitted it, it will come to $6,138,088 in order to complete the full project as was submitted. There are a few, at this point, concerns. We met yesterday both with our attorney and all the engineers and our designers to take a look at what might be some of the current concerns with MSBA regarding the project. One being pool. The MSBA had mentioned they do not fund pools projects, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to articulate to them. We can go to the meeting and report to council that the building committee is invited to the meeting to speak to MSBA when they vote on the project. Getting them to understand the value and importance of including the pool, even though they would typically do that, how some of the issues were a result of some design issues that were done way back when the project was originally done, is kind of where we're at with that. But we're not sure exactly what the price, what they will approve or not approve at this point, but we're getting some indication that piece may not be part of the project. We can still move forward on the project. The question would be then is, if MSBA has to approve us to move forward on the project, if we decide we want to take any part of the project out, once we submit it to them, we can't withdraw anything from the project. We have to bring the whole thing to the cities and towns unless we get upfront approval from them to withdraw anything that they fund, which we're looking to get that approval before we present it to them to fund our project.
Okay, there's a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Grandin?
Are we still in line for 80%?
1.5 acres. It's close enough.
Yes, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Without knowing their reasoning for not funding the pool project, would there be any benefit to us letting them know that it's part of our physical education program and that 3 of the 4 sending communities use it for their competitive teams?
Yeah.
If not, I understand totally.
We will articulate that to them. But they say, what they're saying is that they just don't fund pool projects very well. Where the angle that we're looking at, or the approach that we're taking is that because of the air quality, that it can have an impact on other parts of the building, such as the gym or roof structure, which then impacts the gym roof and other structures. So that's the argument for that. Although this is a pool situation, it has an impact on other aspects of the building or other parts of the building. So we're looking at what our approach would be. Mike Morris Jr. is involved, in the last project, so he's helping us try to map out the right approach. Since he has a lot of experience working with NSBA.
Will you be going with us?
He will. And he'll be more involved now that we, because they're looking for a letter to specify what parts of the project were done back 10 years ago when the original project was done. They don't want to fund something they've already funded. So we have to articulate what's really a repair of work that was done in the past, of the last 10 years, and what's actually new. We want a clear picture of that, as well as have we held any firms, whether it be design firms or construction firms, accountable for anything that we would consider faulty work.
Mrs. Fitzgerald?
I guess it's kind of fortuitous that Morris Rossi are back in court because obviously the construction company went bankrupt. So we're going after a bankrupt company with doing so, but they have all that, so I take it they were busy.
It's been helpful having Mike Morris Jr. involved in this already because he understands some of the history. He also knows the right questions to ask, and so that's been very helpful.
Good.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Good luck, Superintendent.
Thank you.
Yes.
New evaluation system?
Yes. I'm going to go over the self-assessment, which is the part that I'm involved in for my own evaluation. Excuse me.
Green. Have some patience.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you came back. Probably wouldn't have happened, you know? Put the cake for another meeting.
We've had a couple of meetings on the new evaluation system and how it works for the superintendent. This year, for the administrative team as well as for myself, we have focused on 5 elements and 2 standards within the new evaluation system. So I've self-assessed on the 5 elements of the evaluation system. And at the end of the year, I will probably, towards the end of April, I will give you evidence to substantiate my self-assessment so that you can look at it and assess me on the same standards that I self-assessed on. And the evidence will help you to understand whether you feel I should be at proficient, exemplary proficient, needs improvement, or failure. So let's take a look.